Forget protein powder. This natural food stops muscle loss instantly if you're over 50 and noticing your arms feel weaker, your legs tire faster, or getting up from a chair feels harder than it used to. This is not just getting older. It's muscle loss, and it's happening quietly. Many people are told to drink protein powders, shakes, and supplements. But no one warns them about the strain these can place on aging digestion, kidneys, and blood sugar. What if there was a simple, natural food, something real, familiar, and gentle that helps protect muscle strength without powders, chemicals, or confusion? Today, this is something every aging body needs to hear. If this matters to you, take a moment to subscribe to this channel. These videos are made to protect your strength, your independence, and your future. Like this video so others your age can find it, and comment below. Your body will thank you later. Eggs trigger muscle repair after 50 because they deliver complete, highly absorbable protein in a form the aging body can actually use. Each egg contains all essential amino acids, including leucine, which research consistently links to muscle protein synthesis. Some doctors explain that after midlife, muscles become less responsive to protein signals, a process known as anabolic resistance. Eggs help overcome this resistance by sending a strong, clear repair signal to muscle tissue without overwhelming digestion. Egg protein is especially valuable for older adults because of how efficiently it is absorbed. Studies comparing protein sources have shown that whole eggs stimulate muscle rebuilding more effectively than many isolated protein supplements. The body recognizes egg protein as real food, not a processed extract, which allows digestive enzymes to break it down smoothly. For people over 50 who experience bloating, heaviness, or discomfort from powders, eggs offer nourishment without irritation. Beyond protein, eggs contain nutrients that quietly support muscle recovery at the cellular level. Vitamin D in egg yolks plays a role in muscle function and strength, and low vitamin D levels are common in older adults. Choline supports nerve signaling, helping muscles receive clear instructions to contract and repair. Healthy fats in eggs slow digestion just enough to provide a steady flow of amino acids into the bloodstream, which doctors say is important for sustained muscle maintenance. Another reason eggs support muscle repair is their effect on inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation increases with age and accelerates muscle breakdown. Research suggests that whole eggs contain antioxidants that help calm inflammatory processes, allowing muscle tissue to recover instead of remain in a constant state of damage. When inflammation is reduced, muscles respond better to protein signals and rebuild more efficiently. Eggs are also gentle on aging organs compared to concentrated protein products. Some medical professionals caution that excessive protein powders may strain kidneys in vulnerable older adults, especially when hydration is poor. Eggs provide a balanced protein dose within a natural food matrix, reducing sudden spikes that the body must process. This makes them safer for long-term daily use. In people focused on preserving strength rather than chasing rapid gains, timing also matters, and eggs fit naturally into daily meals without forcing large portions. Research on older adults shows that spreading protein evenly across meals improves muscle repair more than consuming it all at once. Eggs can be eaten in moderate amounts at breakfast or lunch, delivering consistent repair signals throughout the day. This steady approach aligns with how aging muscles prefer to be nourished. Doctors often emphasize that muscle repair after 50 depends not just on quantity of protein, but on quality and compatibility with the body. Eggs meet this requirement by working with slower digestion, reduced enzyme production, and changing metabolic needs. They provide what muscles need to repair without adding stress, confusion, or dependency on artificial supplements. For many older adults, this makes eggs one of the most reliable natural tools for protecting muscle strength as the body ages. Some doctors also note that eggs support muscle repair during recovery from illness or inactivity, periods when muscle loss accelerates quickly after 50. Because eggs are easy to chew, digest, and prepare, they help older adults maintain protein intake even when appetite is low or energy feels limited during stressful days. Eggs beat protein powder for aging muscles because they nourish muscle tissue as a whole system, rather than delivering isolated protein fragments. Protein powders are stripped products, often reduced to amino acid numbers on a label. While eggs remain a complete biological food, some doctors explain that muscles after 50 no longer respond well to artificial spikes of protein and instead require balanced nourishment that the body can recognize and use steadily. Protein powders are absorbed quickly and can overwhelm aging digestion. Research shows that stomach acid and digestive enzymes decline with age, making it harder to process concentrated powders efficiently. Eggs digest more gradually, allowing amino acids to enter the bloodstream at a pace muscles can handle. This slower delivery supports real repair, instead of temporary stimulation that fades quickly. Another reason eggs outperform powders is the presence of muscle protective fats. These fats help stabilize blood sugar and reduce inflammation, both of which influence muscle breakdown in older adults. Protein powders typically remove fats entirely, ignoring their role in cellular repair. Some doctors warn that chronic inflammation accelerates muscle loss after midlife, and whole foods that naturally contain healthy fats offer protection powders cannot provide. Eggs also contain minerals and cofactors essential for muscle function that powders often lack. Minerals such as selenium and phosphorus help muscles contract, recover, and maintain structural integrity. Powders may list high protein content, but provide little support for the processes that allow muscles to actually use that protein. Aging muscles require these supporting nutrients to respond effectively. Another concern raised by medical professionals is how protein powders affect organs over time. High-dose powders can stress kidneys, especially in older adults who are dehydrated or managing blood pressure and blood sugar conditions. Eggs provide a moderate balanced protein load that aligns with what doctors consider safer for long-term muscle maintenance, rather than aggressive supplementation. Eggs also preserve muscle quality, not just size. Research suggests that muscle strength and function depend on the health of muscle fibers, nerves, and surrounding tissue. Whole eggs support these systems together, while powders focus narrowly on muscle mass measurements. For people over 50, strength, balance, and daily movement matter more than numbers on a scale or label. Another advantage is consistency. Protein powders are often consumed irregularly, skipped due to taste, cost, or digestive discomfort. Eggs are familiar, affordable, and easy to include regularly. Doctors often emphasize that consistent nutrition matters more than occasional high intake when preventing muscle decline with age. Eggs also avoid additives commonly found in powders, such as artificial sweeteners, thickeners, and flavoring agents. Some research links these additives to digestive irritation and gut imbalance, which can interfere with nutrient absorption. Aging bodies absorb nutrients less efficiently, making clean, simple foods more reliable. Ultimately, eggs support muscles in a way powders cannot, because they work with the body's natural systems. They deliver protein alongside the fats, minerals, and signals muscles need to repair and stay strong after 50. This makes eggs a more complete and dependable choice for aging muscles than isolated protein products. Eggs stop muscle loss before it starts by addressing the slow, hidden breakdown that begins years before weakness is felt. Research shows that after the age of 40, muscle protein breakdown quietly exceeds muscle repair, even in people who feel healthy. Eggs help interrupt this process by supplying steady, complete nutrition that keeps muscle cells fed and less likely to break down for energy. One key reason eggs protect muscle early is their effect on inflammation. Doctors explain that chronic low-grade inflammation increases with age, and a condition often linked to whole eggs contain compounds that help calm inflammatory signals, allowing muscle tissue to remain in a repair state instead of a constant damage cycle. When inflammation is lower, muscles are less likely to shrink silently over time. Eggs also provide a consistent supply of amino acids that muscle cells rely on for maintenance. Studies on aging muscles show that long gaps without quality protein cause the body to pull amino acids from muscle tissue itself. Eggs digest at a moderate pace, which helps maintain amino acid availability in the bloodstream. This steady nourishment reduces the need for the body to break down existing muscle for fuel. Another important factor is how eggs support muscle cell signaling. Muscle loss does not happen only because of low protein intake, but because muscle cells stop responding properly to repair signals. Researchers describe this as reduced muscle sensitivity with age. Eggs contain leucine and other essential amino acids in natural ratios that help restore this signaling, reminding muscle cells to stay active. Eggs also support the surrounding systems that protect muscle tissue. Healthy nerve communication is essential for muscle preservation, and nutrients, such as choline, in eggs support nerve-to-muscle signaling. When this communication weakens, muscles shrink even if protein intake appears adequate. Doctors note that foods supporting both nerves and muscles help prevent early decline more effectively than isolated supplements. Blood sugar stability also plays a role in early muscle loss. Fluctuating blood sugar increases inflammation and accelerates muscle breakdown in older adults. Eggs help stabilize blood sugar because they contain protein and fat without added sugars. Research suggests that better blood sugar control slows muscle degradation and preserves lean tissue long before visible weakness develops. Another reason eggs help prevent muscle loss is their compatibility with aging digestion. If food is not digested well, nutrients never reach muscle cells. Some doctors explain that many older adults unknowingly absorb far less protein than they consume. Eggs are easy to digest and highly bioavailable, ensuring that muscle cells actually receive the nourishment intended to protect them. Eggs also support recovery during short periods of inactivity, which are especially dangerous after 50. Even brief illness, travel, or reduced movement can trigger muscle loss. Research shows that adequate protein during these periods reduces the speed of muscle breakdown. Eggs provide accessible nutrition that helps muscles stay fed, even when appetite or energy is low. By reducing inflammation, stabilizing blood sugar, supporting signaling, and feeding muscle cells consistently, eggs help stop muscle loss before it becomes noticeable. Doctors often emphasize that prevention matters more than repair with aging muscles, and whole foods like eggs play a central role in keeping muscle tissue intact long before weakness appears. Eggs support muscle strength in seniors. When eaten in a way that respects the changing needs of the aging body, doctors often explain that after 50 digestion slows and the body becomes more sensitive to heavy meals and excess protein at one time. Eating eggs in moderate amounts allows muscles to receive steady nourishment without overwhelming the stomach or intestines, which helps nutrients reach muscle tissue instead of being poorly absorbed. Preparation matters, because how eggs are cooked affects how easily they are digested. Research shows that fully cooked eggs are absorbed more efficiently than raw or undercooked eggs. Proper cooking helps protein unfold into a form digestive enzymes can break down smoothly. This is especially important for older adults who may produce less stomach acid and digestive enzymes than they did earlier in life. Eating eggs as part of a balanced meal also supports muscle strength. Doctors often advise pairing protein with natural fats already present in the food, rather than isolating protein alone. Eggs naturally contain both, which slows digestion just enough to provide muscles with a steady flow of amino acids. This helps prevent sudden spikes that can stress kidneys or lead to poor utilization of protein. Portion size is another key factor. Consuming excessive protein in one sitting does not translate into better muscle repair. After 50 studies suggest that aging muscles respond best to moderate amounts, spread across meals. 1 to 2 eggs at a time provide sufficient protein signals without pushing the body beyond what it can comfortably process. This approach protects muscle while respecting organ health. Timing also plays a role in how eggs support muscle strength. Doctors often note that muscles repair continuously throughout the day, not only after activity. Eating eggs earlier in the day or at regular meals helps maintain consistent amino acid availability. Long gaps without protein increase the likelihood that the body will break down muscle tissue for energy, which eggs help prevent when eaten regularly. Eggs should also be eaten in a way that supports blood sugar stability. Sudden blood sugar swings increase inflammation and contribute to muscle breakdown in older adults. Eggs contain protein and fat without carbohydrates, which helps keep blood sugar steady. Research links stable blood sugar to better muscle preservation, making eggs a supportive choice when eaten mindfully. Hydration and digestion. Comfort are also part of eating eggs the right way. Some doctors caution that eating dense protein foods without adequate fluids can slow digestion. Eggs are gentle, but consuming them with sufficient hydration helps nutrients move efficiently through the digestive system. This ensures muscles actually receive the protein meant to support them. Eggs are also well suited for seniors with reduced appetite. As appetite declines with age, eating foods that provide more nutrition in smaller volumes becomes important. Eggs deliver concentrated nourishment without requiring large portions, helping older adults maintain muscle strength even when eating less. Overall, when eaten thoughtfully, eggs nourish muscle without burdening the kidneys. Medical guidance often emphasizes moderation rather than elimination of protein in aging adults. Eggs fit well within this guidance because they provide high-quality protein. By focusing on proper cooking, moderate portions, consistent timing, and gentle digestion, eggs become a reliable food for maintaining muscle strength after 50. Doctors often stress that how food is eaten matters just as much as what is eaten, and eggs respond especially well to this careful, balanced approach. Eggs can support muscle health after 50, but common mistakes often reduce or cancel their benefits. One frequent issue doctors mention is eating too many eggs at once, believing more protein automatically leads to more strength. Research shows aging muscles cannot efficiently use large protein loads in a single sitting. Excess protein is either wasted or places unnecessary stress on digestion and kidneys, which can undermine long-term muscle preservation. Another mistake involves pairing eggs with highly processed foods. When eggs are eaten alongside refined carbohydrates or heavy processed fats, inflammation increases and blood sugar becomes unstable. Some doctors warn that repeated blood sugar spikes accelerate muscle breakdown in older adults. In these situations, the protective effect of eggs on muscle tissue is reduced because the body shifts into a stress response instead of a repair mode. Overcooking eggs is another common problem. High heat for long periods can damage sensitive nutrients that help muscles respond to protein signals. Research indicates that excessive heat alters protein structure in a way that makes digestion harder, especially for aging stomachs with lower acid production. When digestion suffers, fewer amino acids reach muscle cells, limiting the food's ability to support strength. Skipping eggs for long periods and then consuming them inconsistently is another mistake that affects muscle health. Doctors often emphasize that muscles require regular nourishment rather than occasional bursts of protein. Long gaps without adequate protein encourage the body to break down muscle tissue for energy. Eating eggs sporadically does not provide the steady support muscles need to remain firm and responsive after midlife. Relying on eggs as the sole protein source can also be problematic. While eggs are highly nutritious, excessive dependence may lead to imbalances if total intake becomes excessive or poorly timed. Some medical professionals note that variety and moderation help protect digestion and metabolic health. Overuse, even of beneficial foods, can lead to discomfort or reduced absorption, indirectly affecting muscle maintenance. Another overlooked mistake is ignoring individual tolerance. Some older adults experience digestive discomfort when eggs are eaten too quickly or in large portions. Bloating or heaviness can interfere with appetite later in the day, reducing overall nutrient intake. Doctors advise paying attention to digestion signals because discomfort often leads to reduced consistency, which weakens muscle protection over time. Eating eggs too late in the day can also affect muscle response for some seniors. Research suggests digestion slows further in the evening, and heavy protein late at night may disrupt sleep quality. Poor sleep increases inflammation and muscle breakdown hormones. When eggs are eaten at times that support digestion and rest, their muscle protective effects are stronger. Another common error is assuming eggs work instantly, regardless of overall intake. Muscles require ongoing signals to stay active. Doctors note that expecting immediate strength improvements can lead to disappointment and abandonment of helpful habits. Eggs worked gradually by protecting muscle tissue from breakdown, not by producing sudden visible changes. Avoiding these mistakes allows eggs to support muscle health as intended. When portion size, preparation, timing, and consistency are respected, muscles remain calmer, better nourished, and more responsive. Doctors often remind older adults that preservation is the goal, and small daily choices determine whether muscle stays strong or quietly fades with age. Eggs are trusted by many doctors over supplements for muscle health because the body recognizes them as real food rather than a manufactured product. Research consistently shows that whole foods trigger more balanced and effective muscle responses in adults over 50. Eggs provide protein in its natural form, surrounded by nutrients that help muscles absorb and use it properly, which doctors often explain that digestion changes with age, reducing the body's ability to process concentrated supplements. Protein powders deliver large doses very quickly, which can overwhelm the stomach and intestines. Eggs digest at a steadier pace, allowing amino acids to be absorbed gradually. This controlled delivery aligns better with how aging muscles rebuild and maintain themselves. Another reason doctors prefer eggs is their nutrient synergy. Eggs contain not only protein, but also vitamins, minerals, and fats that support muscle metabolism. Research shows that nutrients work together rather than alone. Supplements usually focus on a single component, such as protein, while ignoring the cofactors muscles need to respond. Eggs provide this complete package naturally. Doctors also consider safety when recommending muscle support for seniors. Long-term use of protein powders may stress kidneys, especially in people with reduced kidney function or low fluid intake. Eggs deliver moderate protein amounts within a food matrix that slows absorption. This reduces sudden metabolic strain and supports safer daily use over many years. Inflammation is another concern doctors weigh carefully. Some supplements contain artificial sweeteners, fillers, or flavoring agents that irritate the gut. Gut irritation can increase inflammation, which directly accelerates muscle breakdown after midlife. Eggs are free from additives and are generally well tolerated, making them a calmer option for aging digestive systems. Medical professionals also value consistency, and eggs support this better than supplements. Many older adults struggle to tolerate the taste or texture of powders, leading to inconsistent use. Eggs are familiar, simple, and easier to include regularly. Doctors often emphasize that steady nutrition matters more than occasional high doses when preserving muscle strength. Eggs also support muscle quality, rather than just muscle quantity. Research shows that strength, balance, and coordination depend on nerve health and cellular energy systems. Nutrients in eggs, such as choline, support nerve signaling to muscles. Supplements focused only on protein content do not address these supporting systems that become increasingly important with age. Doctors frequently point out that supplements are not regulated like foods. Protein powders can vary in quality, purity, and dosage accuracy. Eggs, by contrast, are standardized by nature. This reliability gives health professionals greater confidence when recommending them to older adults concerned about long-term health effects. Another reason eggs earn medical trust is their adaptability during illness or recovery. Muscle loss accelerates quickly during periods of stress or reduced appetite. Eggs are easy to eat, digest, and prepare, making them suitable when strength is already compromised. Doctors recognize the importance of maintaining protein intake during these vulnerable periods. Ultimately, doctors trust eggs more than supplements because they support the body's natural processes instead of forcing outcomes. Eggs work with digestion, metabolism, and muscle signaling rather than overriding them. For seniors focused on protecting strength without unnecessary risk, whole foods like eggs remain a preferred and reliable choice for muscle health. Eggs offer clear muscle benefits for many adults over 50, but certain individuals should use caution or avoid them altogether. Doctors often emphasize that nutrition must match personal health conditions, not general trends. Eggs are nutrient-dense, and in specific situations, that density can create problems instead of protection. People with advanced kidney disease are often advised to limit protein intake. Research shows that damaged kidneys may struggle to filter protein byproducts efficiently. While eggs are gentler than protein powders, they still contain concentrated protein. Some doctors warn that frequent or excessive egg consumption may accelerate kidney strain in those already managing reduced kidney function, making moderation essential. Egg sensitivity or allergy is another important consideration. Although true egg allergies are less common in older adults, sensitivities can still develop with age. Digestive symptoms such as bloating, nausea, or discomfort may signal poor tolerance. When digestion is compromised, nutrients are not absorbed properly, and inflammation may increase, which can counteract muscle protective effects. Individuals with certain cholesterol-related conditions may also need guidance. While research has shown that dietary cholesterol affects people differently, some doctors still advise caution for patients who experience significant cholesterol spikes from eggs. In these cases, frequent egg consumption may increase cardiovascular risk, which indirectly affects muscle health by limiting circulation and oxygen delivery to muscle tissue. People taking specific medications should also be careful. Some medications interact with dietary protein or fat, altering how nutrients are processed. Doctors often advise patients on blood-thinning medications, digestive treatments, or metabolic drugs to maintain consistent dietary patterns. Sudden increases in egg intake may interfere with medication balance, requiring professional guidance. Eggs may also be problematic for seniors with gallbladder issues. The natural fats in eggs stimulate bile release, which can cause discomfort or pain in people with gallstones or impaired bile flow. Doctors explain that digestive stress increases inflammation, and chronic inflammation accelerates muscle loss rather than preventing it. Another group that should be cautious includes individuals with chronic digestive disorders. Conditions that reduce stomach acid or enzyme production can make even gentle foods harder to process. While eggs are easier to digest than many protein sources, poor digestion can still limit amino acid absorption. In these cases, doctors often recommend careful portion control or alternative approaches. Overconsumption is also a concern. Regardless of health status, eating eggs excessively under the belief that more protein equals more muscle can backfire. Research shows that aging muscles have a ceiling for protein use. Excess intake may increase metabolic waste and inflammation without improving muscle strength, creating unnecessary stress on organs. People recovering from certain illnesses or surgeries may also need individualized guidance. During acute recovery, protein needs change, but tolerance may be reduced. Doctors often stress that even beneficial foods should be introduced carefully during these periods to avoid digestive upset that could delay healing. Understanding who should be cautious with eggs helps protect seniors from unintended harm. Doctors consistently emphasize personalization over universal advice. Eggs remain a valuable muscle-supporting food for many, but recognizing limits, sensitivities, and medical conditions ensures that muscle protection does not come at the cost of overall health and long-term stability. Thank you for spending these few minutes here. Growing older does not mean giving up strength or comfort. With the right foods and small daily choices, the body can continue to support you well. This channel is here to share simple, research-based guidance that helps people over 50 stay steady, active, and confident. Take care of yourself, listen to your body, and join us again for the next video.